It's alright, the open world adds a lot to the Souls experience. There's a really good sense of exploration since the game gives you very little direction. It's tense because wherever you explore, there's always something waiting around the corner to pound you like your mum on the weekend. There's some good changes to the combat, like weapon skills and the ability to counter after blocking with a shield, as well as a decent stealth mechanic, and the horse combat is really good and controls well, unlike every other game in existence. I do think the game goes too far on the bullshit level though. I've found a few bosses just never stop attacking, so you either block their attacks, run out of stamina and get munched, or dodge all their attacks, run out of stamina and get munched. I never felt satisfied when I killed them, just thought thank god that's over. Even standard enemies have never-ending combos, massive AoE attacks and do stupid amounts of damage, as well as having loads of mates with ranged weapons behind them. And conveniently their bolts curl in the air, and there's loads of fights with multiple enemies, and the combat system only works well when you fight one or two enemies. It's all well and good saying get good, doesn't stop it from being bullshit. Building your character is still good, and the game is filled with weapons, armour and accessories to mess around with, and you can respec your stats at a certain point. I do think the game is still a bit stingy with runes though. Side quests are weird. There's F4 guidance, you find a character in the wild, you talk to them, then later on you find them in the wild again. That's kind of all that's happened with me, but then the NPC might die because you didn't give some randomer 5 shards of Thinky Marar or some shite. There's dungeons in the world you can find as well, and whilst it's good at first, later in the game the bosses in these recycle and they feel very samey environment wise. There's great art like in all Souls games and it looks fantastic. It's easy to recommend to people who have convinced themselves that they like these types of games. If you didn't like them before, then this won't tickle your pickle. The game's been reviewed based on hype. It's nowhere near as good as Bloodborne. In a few months time, YouTube will be flooded with videos by bellends with titles like What Went Wrong with Elden Ring. Also, the gatekeeping community should skydive arsehole first onto a cactus. No one cares how good you are at Elden Ring. It means nothing. Let people enjoy it how they want.